We've come to visit Derinkuyu Underground City today, one of the oldest cities in Turkey. Underground, 7 stories. There's a lot of history behind it, which you'll find out through this episode. So apparently, this is the largest underground city in the world. We'll find out the information. I know it was something to do with Christians hiding from persecution. So we've just got out at the car park, and there's like a little market sort of thing as you come down, selling like local, little like sort of people selling crafts and things like that. So as soon as we got out of the car, the van, they were literally at the doors trying to sell us these little balloons. But that's kind of what you expect. We've found that a few times in Turkey. As soon as you come to the tourist areas, there are people trying to sell like the bits and pieces. But hopefully it's going to be quite quiet at this underground city. There's not too much of a queue at the moment. So hopefully it won't be too tight in there, because it is meant to be quite claustrophobic and quite narrow. So we're going just entering this underground city now. It's got a maze of caverns and sort of small alleyways and entrances. Looking at it, it's going to get a lot busier, so we'll probably time this perfectly well. So yeah, this is sort of where they all hid underground. I think it goes 7 stories underground, and some artifacts and stuff like old water pots and all these little areas all over the place. So as you can see, like, it's just a network of tunnels all over the place here. These little ones behind us, they're everywhere, just sort of little rat runs, so that if you got attacked you could hide, get hidden in some of these little coves up here. You see, there's not been a lot of information at the minute. If I find anything out, I'll sort of tell you as and when I see it. Kind of a one-way system with these arrows, but apparently this does go 7 stories down. Again, it is the biggest city, underground city in the world, which I'm very surprised, but obviously there won't be that many underground cities in the world. It's weird, isn't it? It's alright for these size people, but when you're me touching 6 foot on a good day, this isn't really practical. But you can see sort of how narrow it was and how sort of low the roof is. Even Leah can't bang away down here. So this really little tight staircase here I'm just going down, really narrow, barely big enough to fit yourself through it, so you have to kind of walk side on. And this is going downhill. As you can see, it's sort of all being carved out of the rock. Carrying on round here. And now, oh, there she is, there's a hobbit in here. Now I'm pretty certain that this is sort of 7 or 8 stories down, up to 200 metres, but I've just heard somebody in front saying, oh my god, so I'm expecting something spectacular coming up. We'll have a little look. So it's how far down it goes.
How on earth did they do that?
Oh, that's a tunnel and a half, isn't it? Just in this area alone, there's all these sort of little corridors going off everywhere. There's corridors going off here into different rooms. This room, again, just a hidden space with hidden nooks and crannies, things for lighting. It is quite handy that there's actually signs here. This red arrow sort of pointing tunnels, I think this is the way, and then there's a blue arrow going the other way, which I think may be the exit. So I'm just making my way down this staircase. Again, there's another opening there, you might hear the echo, but probably get a glimpse of sort of how narrow this is under here. Glad we've come when we have, because if this was busy, this would be so sort of tight, narrow, claustrophobic. So we're carrying on down still, going further and further down into the ground. I think this is similar to the depth of the Slantic Salt Mine, which we did in Romania, if you check one of the previous videos. We've been walking now for a good 2 or 3 minutes underground. Not one hard at. We've done Ingleton and we've done White Scar Caves and all them in Yorkshire, and hard at's definitely sort of a given there. Here, same head's pretty much touching the roof. Not a single hard at. Oh, it's not meant for tall men, I tell you that. It's not meant for tall men. That area, there's an area called the Graves. Not so sure like how far down you're supposed to go or anything like this, but you get an idea of what kind of is going on. Oh, there is a tunnel at the bottom. You can see down here, I've had to put my torch on. It's definitely getting darker. So this carries on going. I'm not so sure how far on it actually goes. We've decided against that just because you'd had to have been on your hands and knees. A little bit too narrow for us really. So I think we've come down like the final 8 stories. We've just been in that little area there, it basically just goes round in like a U shape. But what's around this corner is pretty much impressive. We're going to go down there where Lee's heading to, is like another tunnel. There's a lot of this, not quite sure sort of where these chambers and stuff lead, but there's staircases and everything involved, so we sort of have a look. Is it just another empty chasm? To be fair to the people who've done this, they've done amazingly. I mean, there's bigger holes down here which carry on going, so it goes further than we're allowed to go. How ingenious they were and how long this must have taken to carve out of this rock, just to sort of be safe because of your religion and things like that. I mean, actually, St George, the patron saint of England and other countries as well, was in Green where we were, and he avoided persecution, and that's how he became a saint and a martyr, because he was killed for his religion. So impressive. It's like all these tunnels go straight down to other areas we've been in. Some of them are deep. The well you'll have seen earlier was massive, and towards the exit. Jesus, it must have been fit. I mean, we've gone up probably 50, 60 stairs. My legs are already like jelly. Oh, to do this to hide, I'd have just did it at the top, and if they found me, at least my legs wouldn't hurt. It's starting to fill up a little bit now with tour groups. I think we've pretty much done it all now, actually.